Hi Flosstube, I'm Rebecca. I am the Route 66 Stitcher. I am coming to you from rural Route 66 in Midwestern America. Thank you to all of you who put comments on my last Flosstube and several new subscribers. Thank you so much. I completely always forget about the like and subscribe and notification, all of the stuff that I'm supposed to do. This channel has basically just been for me to keep myself moving forward and keep me kind of accountable. So I'm always kind of surprised and greatly appreciative when people out there like what I'm doing as much as I like what I'm doing. I do not have a whole lot of stitching or works in progress to show you today. I've been a little under the weather and unable to stitch a whole lot. I was making some really bad decisions, so decided to move on to finishing pieces, fully finishing pieces that I had stitched in the past, and we're just in the bad project closet taking up space and just needed to be done. So I'm just going to show you some of the finishing I've been doing in the past couple months. So the first off, of course, is I'm still working on my Blue Flower, a Greyhound Year calendar series, and I'm doing this in honor of my Greyhound Seamus, and I have finished June. There's June. It's a flat fold, very tropical Seamus. July, very patriotic Seamus. And just stars. And then next month already queued up and ready to go, August, which is about how hot it is here. It has been really, really hot, and we are in desperate need of rain. And I found this really cute Greyhound fabric to finish him with. So Greyhound Year is moving right along with the finishing. And move these out of the way. I also quite some time ago had finished, it's called Can, Ham, and Gingham, and it's by Postcard Patterns by Melody Gilmore, and this is copyright of 2027, and I can't show you the other side because it's the actual pattern is on the other side. And so I pulled it out and finished it up. Ooh, cat fur, excuse me, into just a little flat fold. Canned ham and gingham with pink gingham. So that one is finally done. It seems like a really nice summer piece to have out. So finished that one, and it's officially out of the closet. Another one that I had finished is, excuse me, the reach, everything's everywhere's, Christmas in the Round by Judy Whitman, GBW Designs. And I had finished it, I had picked that up at Hobby Lobby, so I used her finishing idea. And this is on 28 count, just basic 28 count red linen, not any special linen of any kind. And I have finished this. And this is for a friend of mine for Christmas, and her name is Joy. It's stitched with ecru etoile, and then just some Christmas greenery and some cording, and then we finished it with some stitchy fabric on the back. And then I'd found when I was shopping for that Joy, which came from Hobby Lobby, they had a smaller Joy. And so I picked up a couple of these as well. And this is stitched on 40 count Slate. My fabrics by Stephanie. And this is Joy as well. And this is going out the door to another friend for the holiday gifting season. And the bow and the greenery actually came on it. It has a really nice beaded border that was already there. So just counted it out and realized I needed a 40 count fabric to make it fit in that space. So 40 count, and this is also stitched with the ecru 12. And then there's some basic pine cone fabric on the back. And so that was easy. I didn't have to do anything to that. I just have to slap that in there. Cutting a perfectly round circle was the hardest part. So that is Christmas in the round. That is done. Another thing that I pulled out of the bad project closet and finished. And I stitched this, I finished stitching this back in June or July of 2022 maybe. And that is Dracula's Confession by Lindy Stitches. And I did the top version here. And I stitched this on 28 count. This was a fabric of the month from Mystic Fabrics, and I love the color. It's not a fabric color that is one of her normal standards that she's put into her line, but I would order this color if she did, because I would use it for a lot. And I finished Dracula on a tombstone with lots of plumage and bows and bats, and he's ready to go. And again, that's done with DMC. It's a DMC conversion. And the tombstone is a charcuterie board I found at Walmart in their little dollar spot. And some spray paint. And some bats. Some feathers. He's good to go. And so that's Dracula's Confession. He's heavy, so I'm going to put picture holder on the back to hang him instead of using the hole up here. Actually, I might actually just spackle over that hole and paint it black and call it done. Or not. Anywho, Dracula's Confession is also out of the bad project closet. So there we go. I'd shown you this. I had finished stitching this, the last Flosstube, and I completed it and to a fully finished object, and it is Dirty Annie's Not My Pasture. And I did a Sulky conversion on this, and this is on a 32 count linen, and I just finished it as a little pillow. Little pin keep with some twine. Just basic pillow. And so it is also done. And I had finished stitching this. I'd shown you the completed stitch on the last Flosstube. And now I have a full finish on it, and it is Plum Street Samplers Raccoon Rabble. And I did this on 28 count Witches Brew Lugana by Mystic Fabrics. And it turned out pretty cute. And just simple little back. And lots of cat fur. I don't care how many times I roll it with the defur, there's always going to be cat fur. And so it is also done and ready for fall. All right, I think everything else I have was a start, a new start and a complete finish at this point. So let's move on. I had shown you that I'd kitted up Y'all Ain't Right by Dirty Annie's. I'm on a Dirty Annie roll. And I kitted this up on 28 count Nutmeg by Atomic Ranch using the called for. And it is done. It is completely done. And this little board is, I ordered the mystery smalls box from Chantal's 141. Way back, I think I got it in January. I unpacked it all and I looked at it and I went, oh, these are fantastic. I can do a lot with these. And I packed all of it right back into the same box and stuck it on the highest shelf in the bad project closet that I could find, and promptly forgot it was all there. And I was cleaning out the closet looking for something, and I found the box of stuff and it fit perfectly. And I also found some tags, and I'm going to take these little tags and I'm going to paint them same color, and then I'm going to put our names on all of us who work in the office on those tags and hang them from this. This is for individual I work with. That's from Appalachian, and we hear from her at least 10 times a day. Y'all ain't right. She's not wrong. We ain't right. But yeah, it's her favorite saying. And so there we go. Start and a finish. And stitched up really, really quickly. Really stinking cute pattern. And so just need to get those tags done before the holidays. And it is ready to go. And I am running out of room. I do have Stephanie Webb of Lindy Stitches just announced the Jingle Ball again. Coming up in December, which reminded me that I had not stitched any of the patterns that I had purchased at the Jingle Ball last year. And I had a great time at the Jingle Ball. I met a lot of people, had a fantastic stitching room. It was just, I had the best time. So definitely planning on going again. Kitted, took all of the patterns that I purchased at the Jingle Ball and loaded them up into markup so I could get some stuff done. So this is a new start and finish for me on this fabric. And it is a peachy pink, and it's modeled, it's not a stamp, it's a hand dye, and I have no information other than it's a 30 count and the size. I bought it on a Facebook D-Stash group, and I wish I knew what it was because I would buy a lot more of this. And I used some of my Fiberlicious silks, pink silks, to do the official Jingle Ball ornament. And this frame is one of those Chantal 141 Smalls mystery packets. Again, I've been unwell and kind of bored, so I just did a sequin bead border all the way around. Never would have done that if I probably hadn't had hours to spend in bed doing nothing. This is heavy, so I don't think that I'm actually going to have to mount like a picture hanger and something on the back of it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Jingle Ball 2022 finally done. I'm going to move on to some of the Christmas ornaments. I'm really looking forward to doing the Erica Michaels patterns that I purchased as well. And looking forward to seeing everybody at the Jingle Ball again this year, because I will definitely be there. So that was a start and a finish. So Jingle Ball. Another start and finish for me, and this is on 28 count Witches Brew Lugana. by Mystic Fabrics is the Crow Pendibule by Doreen Jones. Let me see if I can find. Oh, please. So the Crow Pendibule. And I did a beaded border on it, which turned out stinking cute. The back side. And I am down to my last 8x8 square of Witches Brew, and it's become my go-to fabric this year for some reason or another. And she's using, I think, a different recipe, Mistia's for Witches Brew now, and much darker, not as subtle, the shading as this. So this is by Doreen Jones. And so another fall pattern done. Another new start and complete finish for me is Cardinal Kin. Plum Street Sampler. This is 2022 copyright on this. This is new. Everybody and their brother's been doing this. And I have finished it on a spool. And I used the tutorial by Christina of Whilst Iris Naps. And I have to say that very deliberately. Her spool finish tutorial, I literally down to every word she said, with the exception of I did not stitch the eyelets. I just used regular scrapbooking eyelets because I had them. If I was to do it again, I would actually stitch the eyelets. It would take longer, but I think I would like it better. So that's Cardinal Kin. And super stinking easy finish. That took, once I had the eyelets in, it took me maybe 5 minutes to lace it and glue on some greenery. And that's my first spool finish, and I'm pretty happy with it. And so, banging out some fall and Christmas. I do have one more full new start and finish, and that was Lucy Beam's Loves in Stitches. I Will Find You. And it's already gone to its new home, and so I'd filmed that separately. I'm going to add that in right here. Okay, another finish that I had is by Lucy Beam, and it is I Will Find You. And I just thought that was fantastic. I'm not somebody that owns fabric scissors per se. I have embroidery scissors, but not fabric scissors. But a good friend of mine at work, her daughter just moved out and left for college, and she is taking the room and doing, made it her quilfus. So her quilting space has always been the kitchen table, and now she's redecorated her daughter's room into her quilting / office space. And so I made her the I Will Find You plaque for her new quilfus. And this is stitched using called for weeks dye work on 36 count Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. And it's just a simple flat fold finish. And I actually finished it exactly the way that the pillow was finished on the pattern. I actually really, really like that finish with the draped black ribbon. And so there it is. I will find you. And it is out the door tonight. All right. Moving on to stitching finishes. Is I have two. I have Plum Street Samplers Rack Stack. And this is copyright of 2019. So not a really old pattern, but not very incredibly new either. And I did this on 28 count Witches Brew Lugana by Mystic Fabrics. Same piece of fabric I've been using for everything this year. And I used called for with a couple DMC conversions. And I did not put the border in on this around the edges. I haven't decided how I want to finish it yet. I'm getting tired of doing pillows with these trio. I don't know. And I don't know that I need 500 spools either. So I'll figure something out by the holidays. So that is a stitching finish. I also have a stitching finish. I'm really excited to be participating in the upcoming Ruffled Feathers class with Lady Dot and Lindy Stitches. And I have finished stitching my bird for the front of the needlebook of the Ruffled Feathers. And this is on a 32 count. It's a fabric of the month from Mystic Fabrics, and I want to say 2020, but it's kind of an icy gray, and I am using just some fabrics and some wool that I had in stash for the finishing on that, with way too much going on. Ocala Blue from Lady Dot for the palms, and then Country Rust for the rickrack. And I'm looking forward to seeing on Instagram. A few of you are planning on attending that class as well that I know of, and looking forward to seeing you all very, very soon. All right, what have I got going on whip-wise? Very little, because I haven't been able to stitch a whole lot. I have started some more of the wool punch needle small pillows. I end up giving away most of these in smalls exchanges and other things that come up, and don't have any for myself. So I am in the process of, now I've done the Christmas series for myself. I'm going back and doing the fall, and it's going to be, as you can see, a squirrel, some mushrooms, and then maple leaf. And I have started the maple leaf on the wool, and that's as far as I've gotten with the punch needle. Those will finish up pretty quickly though, now that I have the wool on the weaver's cloth and everything ready to go. I've also been working on my Mill Hill kit of the Advent Trilogy. And I now have 7 of the 9 stitched. And I'm going back and putting some of the beads in as I'm getting further along. So this is my take to the doctor's office. Quite a bit done at the doctor's office this past month. So that's coming along. Still don't like it any more than I had in the past, but it's coming along, and I'm out on the catio, and they just figured out I'm out here. Apologies. I have working on the Peppermint Purple year-long Blackwork series. I'm caught up on all the weeks, and I was able to get the border in for the piece. So all I have to do now is just keep up with the weekly releases. And this is on a 28 count opal linen by Mystic Fabrics. And it was a grab bag. I want to say it was a Black Friday grab bag fabric that I picked up. So keeping up with that. And then I've been working on my Blackwork Highland Cow by DoodleCraft Designs. And this is stitched on 28 count Lugana in Nutmeg by Atomic Ranch. So the same thing as Y'all Ain't Right. And I had to go back and change the color of the green. I decided that I didn't like the one green because it was too light to actually see the design on this fabric. Oop. This is going to not play well today. Yeah. It's big. And so I changed out the green color. I'm happier with the green. It's got more of a pop. It's an overcast day here, so there's not much, lighting doesn't really show it much, but that's, the green's better. And I got the orange in. I got the green changed out, the orange, which is a pretty, oh, come on. Orange. And then the brown. So I have made it all the way to the other side of the head because right up against this brown starts the other horn. So I've made it all the way to the other side. And that is, oh, there we go. That's better. So it is coming along. Slow but sure. There are times my brain sees the patterns and I can stitch it without a problem and it goes very quickly and I enjoy it. And there are other times my brain just doesn't see it and I just have to put it away until my brain catches up with wherever I am. And the last whip that I have going on is called Snowdrops, and it's a hardanger pattern by Doreen Jones, and it is being stitched on 32 count Spending Amnesia linen by Mystic Fabrics, and I apologize, I just pulled this out of the hoop. And I have the outlines in, and I've started some of the cross stitching. And I am using, it's going to be very subtle, it's going to be very soft with the colors. And that was a new start last night, so just started putting that together. I have no haul. I have absolutely no haul. So, but I've gotten quite a bit done and been making some progress at cleaning out the closet and moving forward with some stuff that's just been laying around for a long time. So again, I thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate all your support and your comments, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.